welcome to Uberville. I'm Tim, your host. Turn the volume a little bit here. Dun, 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 where I tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly about Uber. Dun, dun, dun. All right, I gotta change the intro, man, because it get a little too long, a little boring, I guess. Anyway, yes, once again, I am Tim, your host with Uberville. And I do tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and there's so much to talk about. Try to get as many videos out to you guys as much as possible, and I do appreciate the great feedback on you guys. Let me adjust my screen here a little bit, make it a little bit better so you get a better view of me. What a handsome guy I am too, as well. All right, no comments. Anyway, today what I wanted to talk to you about was an event that we just had down here in Houston. Actually, kind of still going on, but it just kind of got kicked off this weekend. It is March 5th, I think it is. It's a Sunday. Off the top of my head, yes, it is the 5th. I'm looking at them. And today, actually, I'm staying home. But this month, we are having a big event. We just had a big event with the Super Bowl last month, which was pretty crazy down here. Whether you had certain events that were going on, with all the tourists that came in town, with the NFL experience and all that stuff, it was pretty crazy with that. And that was kind of the lead up, I guess, to this event right now with the craziness, because a lot of Uber drivers have learned to do things that, they're just trying to make money and do things, and some of them are just crazy how they do things. It's mind-boggling, but let me tell you about this event that we got going on here and the craziness and just mayhem. I'm going to do my best again to paint a picture for you guys on this, and I probably won't do it justice. But we have something down here that happens every year around March. Sometimes late February it starts, and then just goes all the way until the middle of March, or starts in the beginning of March. It goes on for 3 weeks. And it gets all started with what they call a barbecue cook-off, which just happened this weekend. It started Thursday. We had Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with this. As a matter of fact, there's still things going on with it. Now, this is my third time making this video because I've had problems with some of my computer going on here. So I'm going to bring this back up live once again here, and let's see what's going on with this. See if we still have it here. Okay. Yep, we still have it. Okay, this is my third time I've actually doing this, showing you guys right here within the last, I guess, 20 minutes here of all the the surges that are going on here. It keeps moving around quite a bit with the surges, and that red dot right there that you're looking at, or orange dot I should say, with it might look a little red in the middle. That's where Energy Stadium's actually located there. If you look at the blue dot, that's where I'm kind of located. I'm on the outskirts of town there a little bit. And I mean, that's still going on. I can go down there and still make some money today, but I'm staying home today because I got other things I got to do, and there's more money I can make doing other things. But yesterday was just a fabulous day. It was like the last day of the cook-off. Then the rodeo shuts down for 2 days, and they're actually doing closing down some of the tents and things like that. With this. And speaking of the tents, what makes the cook-off so big and so popular? Well, this happens every year, as I said. And what happens is this, and this is like no secret, is that with the cook-off, all these people enter the competition. They have different competitions. Regards, they have best ribs, then they have best brisket, and blah blah blah, and so on and so on. And it goes on, and it happens for 3 days. And each day there's events going on where they get some big country stars coming in here, some DJs and things like that. And these tents can hold anywhere from a few hundred people to a few thousand people. I mean, they're freaking huge. And they're drinking in there. Ooh, there's a lot of it. Let me tell you that much. There is a ton of drinking that goes on, and that's why a lot of people go into it. Because if you get an invitation to go into one of these tents, you get really treated pretty nicely. Some nice perks with that. So that's why everybody tries to get into these tents, and they make a huge effort to do it. And a lot of people are very successful with this. And so what happens, with this weekend, with this event, is everybody knows they're going to be drinking. So before the events actually start, it started on Thursday. What happens is, I'll try to show you here if I can. In Houston, obviously the events happening down there on the bottom, as you can see, still surges going on right there. But all around is surrounding edges here, pretty much up the north, the northwest here. I don't know how you can see that, but how well you can see that. Well, actually, right where I'm located, that blue dot, that's me. If you can see that blue dot, yeah, right around that area and down below it. I mean, that was all glowing red. All glowing red yesterday and the day before, because what happens, everybody's jumping on an Uber to head down to this event. And to obviously go have a good time. Then after the event, right where that last orange dot that I showed you, or orange surge, it was glowing red. When I say it wasn't just like this little dot, I mean the thing was like huge, and it got bigger because what happened was everybody, a lot of Uber drivers were down at this event because there were so many requests for rides. I mean, literally hundreds of thousands of people, hundreds go to it for 3 days. But each day, there's tens of thousands of people going to this. And there's no way there's not enough Uber drivers to cover all these people. And when I say chaos, I mean, it's just, it's not even organized chaos. There is no rhyme and reason for it. And it is very difficult to do it with this event. Very impossible. They attempted to do it, but it just didn't function well. It worked pretty well for Thursday and Friday, but Saturday, boom. I mean, no holds barred. Things went crazy because people left the event. They go out different ways, and they're not thinking straight because obviously they've been drinking. They're with their friends and buddies and all this other stuff, and they want to call an Uber. They're not going to go to a set destination for this, so they're wherever they're standing because their friends can't walk and they're stumbling. All kinds of crazy stuff. By the way, these are fun drunks. These are not, some of them are really annoying, pain in the asses, but some of them are, a lot of them I actually met were pretty good people, just intoxicated. But anyway. So, I mean, it's just absolutely chaos. So people were, we had gridlock going on. People were stopped. I mean, literally, I had people screaming at me because I tried to go through the intersection, couldn't get all the way through. Because all these Uber drivers are parked everywhere. And, there was no set, and it was just crazy because the way it was functioning, there is no way to do this. And I just really hope that, that if they do the queue kind of thing, that's going to fuck things up big time. I mean, I do Uber part-time, but I look forward to these things because we also had other events that were going on in town too as well. And that's why I made this thing. It was just absolutely crazy because there was a soccer game that was going on. There was also collegiate baseball that was going on in town, and there's other smaller little venues that were going on too as well. So why a lot of people, it was funny, as the rodeo was ending, a lot of people's evenings were kind of starting because a lot of people go out 10, 11 o'clock at night. So this is why this thing just blew up. And if you don't think you can make money with this, I can easily clear a grand a week with this. And I'll show you what I made this week so far. And I didn't work every day. As you can see here, looking at this, okay, I didn't work every day. I took Tuesday and Thursday off. And, it's just a $6.75. And yesterday was a fantastic day, and I made a lot of money with that. It's kind of what, those kind of events you need in your town. But even without that, I still do pretty well with this doing part-time because I still have great strategies that I use. Because yesterday, we had a lull time before the craziness, and everybody stuck around in the area. And I got a chance to meet a lot of Uber drivers, and it blows my mind. I mean, some of these people can't make money with this. It's a strategy that they use. They think they just put the app on, they can drive around, and that they're going to make a ton of money with this. And it doesn't work that way. You got to use great strategies for this kind of stuff, and you got to know what you got to think about it. You got to think about what you're to do, and they don't. And that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video to help them out. Because I tell them what I do. I make videos with this, and I got a few more videos I want to make after this. And I'll put them all up, so I'll probably have a bunch going out real quickly. But this event, it made the Super Bowl just look so small. I mean, the Super Bowl was a lot more organized, and that was crazy. I mean, I remember, trying to pick people up during the Super Bowl, and one of the events that was going on in town, it took me literally 20 minutes to go about 1,000 feet. Just gridlock. And, everybody's just annoyed with everybody else because they're in gridlock, and they don't want to let you in, and they're being mean, and it's just like, oh, God. I picked these people up and just left the area. It was that bad. But the rodeo was just as crazy too as well. I think it was crazier. It was because with the Super Bowl, the surge kind of popped up, and with a very short period of time, disappeared. With the rodeo, it was there for 2 hours. 2 hours of surges, And people were paying it. They wanted to get the hell out of it. They wanted to get away from that place as quickly as possible, and they were done with it. And just absolute chaos. And Uber drivers parked everywhere, trying to find their passengers, and the passengers trying to find them. And I had one passenger. He was from out of town, didn't know where he was. It took me about 20 minutes to find him. And I'm freaking out because I want to pick this guy up and drop him off so I can get back to this thing and try to make as much money as possible. Because, I know these surges can disappear, but, man, it was there for 2 hours. And actually, it stayed longer than that. I normally don't work late nights. I refuse to work late nights. I just don't want to do it. But I stayed out until 3 o'clock last night because the surges were still going on. Crazy. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. I could have made a lot more money. I did a bunch of trips. It was just one right after the other, right after the other. Let's put it this way. Energy Stadium is about 20 miles away from an airport called Hobby Airport that a lot of people come into. We have 2 major airports here. And that's how big Houston is, 2 major airports. And I was getting ride requests from that airport. It was crazy. I wasn't taking them. I wasn't going down there. It was way out of my way, number one. Number two, I'm like, I'm not picking people up. Forget that noise. I'm going over here. And that's pretty much what all Uber drivers did. They just converged on this thing. So what happened was when they did that, all the other people started going out, just started requesting rides, and next thing you know, it just got bigger. The orange, the red, it was like big like an apple. It was pretty much covered most of my screen. So it was absolutely awesome, but it was crazy, about that. And I don't know if they're going to be able to control something like this or have some kind of organization to it. And it's not because of Uber drivers. Okay? And a lot of people are going to get mad at Uber drivers. And you know what? Fuck you. Seriously. If you're in Houston, you get mad at us, fuck you. Seriously. Because it's not all us. I will agree with you. There are some out there that are, and you're right. I will agree with that. But some of us try to do things correctly, and the problem is that you get these people that left that place. There was like 50,000 directions they all went into. And they're calling Uber drivers, okay? And they are not moving because they don't want to walk over to the other side of the stadium. And which I can't blame them. They're wasted drunk, okay? So you got to understand things from our perspective. We need to make money too as well. That's why we do this. And we're trying to keep people safe. Don't get mad at us because we got to go over on the other side, okay? And I met some Uber drivers, yes, and I once again, I know your frustration. You're probably right about this. Some of them are real jerks. They just don't know how to be tactful when it comes to handling situations. Some of them will just tell you F yourself real fast. And they don't care. And that's another video I'll be making, how I predict that Uber may be in the future worse than taxi cab drivers. Sad to say, but I think that may be happening in the future, and I'll make a video about that. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up here because I know I went a little bit longer, but I want to talk to you guys a little about that. If you don't still think you can make money with Uber, you can. I don't care where you're at. I can explain to you how you can do that. I'll explain to you how some of the things to do with the apps, because there's a bunch of videos I want to make with the apps. But I tell you what, the things I do with the apps are strategies that I use, and I don't give them out to anybody. I don't care if you send me messages, and I got some nasty emails. You should be telling us this. I'm like, you know what? Here's the thing. I don't have to tell you shit. The information is there. Okay, if you don't know how to use it, that's not my fault. Okay, I figured out how to use this information. Okay, am I just going to share it with anybody? Absolutely not. But if you want to become a lawyer, you got to spend thousands of dollars to go to school. If you want to become good at Uber, you know what? I want to make a lot of money for that too as well. Because if I'm going to teach you how to do that, I should earn that. Not only that, if you sign up underneath my invite codes that I put down below, guess what? You'll make $250 or $240 right now. It's one of the two, but you sign up and you get it after 30 trips. If you just go to the website right now and sign up, guess what? You get nothing. Okay, after 30 trips, you don't even get a thank you email, okay? They're just happy to have you on board. So anyway, listen, I'm going to wrap this video up. Once again, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I'll talk to you guys very, very, very soon.